So as you guys heard in my last video, I am finally back from vacation and back to making videos. I've been gone this past week vacationing with my family, which was a good time for a little break since before that I was already getting unsure of where I wanted the YouTube channel to go, what kinds of videos I should be making, what kinds of videos you guys are interested in watching and whatnot. But here I'm back, I'm excited, and I'm motivated more so than ever to keep getting consistent content out, even getting content ready to release when I'm gone for any future trips, like next week when I'll be at League Fest at Insomnia 58. Hope to see you all there. But as I've come back from vacation, I have to own up to something. I'm really bad at League of Legends right now. I still play at an upper platinum, low diamond level, and I haven't been demoted out of diamond or anything. We've been over this a million times, right? I'm still relatively good compared to the average player in the community, but that doesn't mean I'm entirely happy and satisfied with where I am. I was already developing pretty bad habits in game before I left, and with 8 days of being unable to play any video games thrown into the mix, my mechanics have only deteriorated even more so. So lately I've been trying to figure out where some of my biggest problems as a League of Legends player lie, and today I want to talk to you guys about one of them. A bit of a throwback to my first ever videos on YouTube talking about how to get better at League, but this time I want to talk to you guys a bit about a bad habit that I don't think I've ever mentioned before on YouTube. I first found out about this habit through poker, actually. I'm sure you guys remember me mentioning in a couple of previous videos that I like to play a little bit of No Limit Texas Hold'em and PLO in my free time. I still do casually even today. I'm an amateur player for sure, but I have studied poker for a couple of years now, and I consider myself a little bit knowledgeable and somewhat good for someone of my experience. Like, one thing I pride myself to some extent on is being able to make tough laydowns in situations where another player with my experience would probably go broke. If I have pocket queens against someone who has kings or aces, for instance, I can do a relatively good job of sniffing that out and making a fold, where overplaying queens in general is a pretty classic mistake that a lot of amateurs make. Instead of losing my money or chips on these hands, I always end up seeming to lose everything on big, stupid bluffs that I can't seem to let go of. I'll play a hand like 9-10 suited, I'll miss the flop, and even though I know in this situation, if someone's betting strongly into me and I have no outs, then I should just fold, I'll end up trying to bluff the guy for some reason at some point, and I just won't be able to let the bluff go. I'll continue bluffing and lose a huge chunk of my stack to a guy that has the nuts. In other words, I find myself in situations where I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what the right decision is, what I should do 99 times out of 100, but I just let my emotions get the better of me for some reason sometimes, and I can't help but get greedy and talk myself into making bad decisions. So let's bring this into League and show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. Take this clip from yesterday's video, which is actually a really good example. Here I'm pushing down mid lane as Kennen. I just saw the enemy team head off to do Dragon, and with it being an air Drake, I feel like I don't really mind them taking it. The only people who aren't at Dragon right now are Katarina, who Teemo is harassing a little bit as he's taking the top tower up in top lane, and Ezreal, who I see with my ward. Now, because the enemy inhibitor turret is so low, I decide to see if I can make a push on this lane to take out the tower, since trading mid inhib turret for an air Drake is a pretty solid play in my book. However, as I move forward, the minion wave hits mine before my creeps are able to make it to tank the tower, and Ezreal shows up in lane. With me being Kennen and having no wave clear that wouldn't put me in tower range if I E'd and then W'd all the minions, it would take forever for me to actually finish off all these minions and then finish off the turret, with Ezreal potentially harassing me and trying to poke me with Qs and whatnot. So I know that I should back at this point. I'm incredibly far pushed forward. I won't be able to take this tower anytime soon. The enemy team could be collapsing around me in any number of ways, and there's no real reason for me to stay. But for some reason, I don't. I know this is a stupid play. I think I even said on stream that I know this isn't a smart play to stay here, but I choose not to leave. When I finally do get collapsed on, Ezreal flashes forward so he can EQ me and get a slow. I know here that I should flash away to escape if I can. I mean, I'm probably going to die if I don't. I still have my flash, and it would just be trading for flashes, but I make a greedy play again and try and save the flash, and ultimately I end up dying because of all these stupid greedy plays. Any of you who've watched me play League for a fair amount of time know that this is my biggest issue by far. I know a lot of the aggressive plays that I make are stupid. I call it out on stream as I'm making them. I should probably back here. It would be really aggressive and dumb for me to stay, and then I end up dead. Sometimes it's from stupid mental blocks of thinking that, oh, if I back here, that's such a dumb and cowardly play. It's stupid to be safe here. Let's be a man and try and push our lead a little further. And sometimes it's just me not being able to let go of a move I make where the circumstances change, wanting to harass someone in laning phase and zone them even after all my wards expire and I don't have any wards to place and I'm dead meat if I get ganked. The reason I want to talk about this today is because I kind kind of forgot the first lesson of getting better at League of Legends after all these years when it comes to 90% of players. Sometimes your biggest issue really isn't anything game related. The first thing that so many people go to when they work on improving their play and trying to get to whatever next level they want to climb towards is always updating builds, runes, masteries, learning new meta champions, studying tier lists, practicing CSing, practicing decision making, all these kinds of things. When at the end of the day, sometimes it's a mental block, some bad habit that you developed over time that develops so subtly that sometimes it can be difficult for you to tell when it's messing you up. Honestly, I think the reason that I go so ham right now, even more so than I ever used to before, is because I'm constantly wanting to do awesome stuff for the sake of YouTube videos, for entertainment, for highlights. I'm never making the smart, safe, and passive plays because those are the things that are fun to watch on a stream or on a YouTube video. The aggressive plays, the aggressive options that I have are always the ones that are 100 times more fun for me to try and pull off, for me to bask in my glory if I actually do pull them off, or for my audience to either enjoy watching or laugh at me when I fail. But I have to be honest, that's definitely backfired on me over the years, and I'm starting to take some serious time to work on improving it all. We've already completed our road to diamond this season. I want to start working on a road towards becoming a much better player. I think there's so much further I can go if I really work hard, and I'm sick of all these little bad habits messing me up. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video. I'll of course see you all very soon, but until then, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.